Okay, these antennas, which vary from HF to UHF, let's actually change that. VHF to UHF. I was going to say HF here, but I doubt that'd make it 10 meters. Have to have a look at what they are. I reckon they might be 37 megs. There's a whole lot of commercial antennas here that all have got to go. A lot of VHF antennas here, a lot of UHF. There's a really high gain 2 meter. This long one here. This is what Rod's used. Can't really pull that out, but it's a big long, you'll see as I go through there, 2 meter antenna. That's tuned for 2 meters. Rod's used to do some incredible contacts on that thing. A lot of UHF verticals in there. As you can see, loads of commercial VHF and UHF. And a lot of them were meant for repeater sites, of course. As you can sort of see, most of them are RF Industries. So they're well built. Can't even read the frequency on that one. I was hoping I might be able to see. It's just, yeah, no, I can't really read. But looking at that could be a lot of things. And there's some junk that Sam just found that you can build your own 3-element beam on, I reckon. There's just a few booms. I can't remember what they did with these ones here. I was looking at them before because if you remember, they threaded. Each one of those sort of went into these ones here, not threaded. They did that with a bolt. Billingsley, Australia, and 80.58 megs. So the thing would be whether to extend them for 6 meters or to do the opposite, shorten them for 2 meters. Probably shorten them for 2 meters, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say that all goes with that. Thanks, Sam. Looks like an old 10 meter beam or so, I don't know, but worth very much nothing.
High quality antenna.
So what was that again, Sam?
It's a high quality antenna.
Ah, yes.
It's vintage.
Yes. And let me still remind people, by the way, because we can't keep these forever. They've been here for 3 years now. Things like these 100-foot wind-up masts. Now, if you bought this, please come and pick it up. I mean, look, I understand COVID, has been a pain. This is all the accessories in this box here for it. But we are cleaning up, so please, 2 to 3 years of storage is starting to... And look, I'm not mad at anybody. I understand. It's, I've had my own things that have been going on that have made me impossible to do things too. So, you too may be in a position where you've had circumstances that have been less than ideal. So please contact me and we'll do everything we can to help you, of course. There's things like dual beams here for... They look very UHF-y, don't they? But if I could just read the frequencies left on these things. Oh my goodness. Yeah, very hard to read now. But I mean, they're all going to be UHF. We know that. And they're pretty broad range, a lot of these. Now, here's some we will be able to read the frequency. 470 to 490 megs. So I mean, these here, literally, a couple of co-phase UHF CB, really, without a question. And they're RFI, weren't they? Yep. Oh no, polar on these. But look how good they are, and the way they're just all MIG welded, or TIG welded, actually, be TIG welded. Got a load of verticals in here, loads. So please, we're looking for somebody. I mean, don't get me wrong, things like this 4-bay array here for UHF, I understand. Look, that we will sell separately because that's a rather unique antenna, and and I'll just give you the frequencies, but I was pretty sure they use this on a UHF CB site, and that would be about right, up to 400 to 479 megs, which would make sense for one of these antennas. They often, so if you've got a UHF CB repeater you need a base antenna for, you know, they're normally sort of around $500. There's one sitting here. Talk to us. A lot more UHF beams. RF Industries, again, loads of RFI stuff. That's a little bit lower, 400 to 420 megs, but of course if you want it for 432 megs, you know, it'll be close enough. If you want it for 470 megs, you can shorten it up a little bit. But the idea with that one is that you could, I was going to say co-phase, but I reckon that's bigger. Let me just move this over. Let's have a look here. Yeah, no co-phasing that. That's a lot bigger. A lot more elements on that one there. Same band though, I would think. Somewhere in the 400 meg range, but you just, oh yes you can, 400 to 420, you can read it. Of course you can easily use that for 432 SSB, either of those ones. So, but ideally, if you're looking to become Australia's largest stockist of VHF, UHF, repeater antennas, repeater beams, etc., we would love someone to come along and buy the whole lot, because quite seriously, I don't have the time or energy to do these all singularly. What will happen, and I'll just be very honest, is that probably we'll end up selling, you know, some of the high grade stuff, and the rest will go to the tip if, you know, somebody does make a decent offer on the lot, because we sort of know where the money is on the usable stuff. And some of the stuff is stuff that we've had in stock for a very long time. Some of it's stuff we bought in ourselves for uses that we just never used. Some of it came from WeWar, some of it came from Mount Gambier, from commercial radio shops. But just to show you what we'll chuck in with that as well, if someone buys the whole lot, we've got some Heliax runs actually back over here. And as you can see, you know, if you want to start making loops or bits and pieces, there's some great loop making material here. You know, this stuff is just huge, and you could be making loops out of those. Quite a few decent runs of LDF 450, and we'll also chuck in on the other side some other gear. Hang on, just it's a bit of a walk. Hang about. Okay, we'll also chuck in, if you buy the lot, all this cabling here, a lot of Heliaxes, a lot of 10 DFB, bits and pieces everywhere in there. There's 213, a little bit of sorting to do, but yeah. But also back over here in our mess to get rid of, there was some, I'm trying to remember now. Oh, there's some VHF UHF quads that need a lot of repair. Mario used to run these, to be honest, and he ran them very successfully. And this is our fault that they ever got to this stage. These were made by Kev VK3 for AEI. There's also some UHF beams in this mess here, but as you can see, there's quite a mess of gear in here that needs to go as well. This is a high gain 80 meter antenna, never been used. It's just been sitting out here, all aluminium. There's a base section to this as well somewhere, but don't think the base, I think these are all the up. Yep. Yeah, so this was the 80 meter vertical. Oh, that might be the base part of it there. Yep. So there's an 80 meter vertical sitting in there if you want to play around with running a few ground wires. This was the other UHF quad that I need for my one-man tower, to be very, very honest. Oh, and those plates might get us out of trouble. We've just had a one-man tower arrive to us, and it's missing the plates. We might be able to steal them off that one for our other one-man tower. Still going to be one plate short, I think, but I've got to get on to Tanya just to see if they're sitting up in Queensland. So, okay, just to be clear, that part for the one-man tower, not included. You can have me ladder though. Oh, goodness. So, basically, anything that's in this pile here, And there's some surprise packages in here. There really is. You just got to get underneath all the rubbish. There's things like disc cones that need straightening out, you know, sort of, they work. They just need a little bit of attention. That's an Icom 7000, I think. Disc cone. Oh goodness, as you can see, yeah. And there's, you know, various clamps and mountings and stuff that we're gonna, if someone buys the whole lot, we're just gonna throw the whole lot in and try and do a bit of a clean up. But don't mind me out of breath. I'm a little bit lightheaded and a little bit sort of not good today. But I've just been trying to do a little bit that I can. So yeah, so that gives you an idea of everything that's there. It's definitely, I mean, I could say to someone that the buying the lot figure is a lot better than the buying it in bits and pieces. So, you know, if someone has a company that deals a bit in these bits, well, you know, bring your trailer and you'll find the price for the whole lot. It's just going to cover some of the fuel that we've spent going to some of these places, picking it all up, and then never using it, which is kind of terrible. But anyway, it gives you a bit of an idea. And yeah, I'm getting a bit lightheaded and a little bit out of breath, so I'm going to need to head back and have a lay down. But I'm just trying to see if I'm missing anything, but I think there might be some little bits over here, but nothing really huge that's going to change your life. See, that looks a bit aluminium-y. I have no idea what that is actually. It's not an antenna. Forget that bit, that's not really an antenna. But yeah, I think the rest of it's just poles and bits. But yeah, and yes, if you're the chap that bought this here, please, yeah, contact me, because oh look, they can stand being out the weather, it's not the issue. But it has been, you know, quite a few years, and don't know if I can get under this here, but yeah, as you can see, all the other bits are in there. Anyway, but that's not, I don't intend to sell that on the chap, by the way. I intend to try and find him and get him to pick it up and be happy with his purchase, of course, because that's the deal. But yeah, a lot of RFI, a lot of Polar Industries, a lot of, you don't get my cat over there. Tyrion, what are you doing? Doesn't care. But yeah, certainly quite a bit there that someone may be thinking, hang on, that suits our club for some projects we're doing. Or I realise it's a lot of stuff though for what it is. It's, if we don't find one person, well, you know, what we'll do is we'll sell them off in separate bits and then scrap the rest of what's not taken. Throw it in the, we've got a lot of stuff going to be going in garbage bins, I can tell you, if people don't show some interest. So get in and have a chat with us if you'd be interested in any of this. I'm just trying to look around and make sure there's nothing else, but I think that's it on this lot. Okay, 73s, and yeah, well, I need some, but yeah, so look, Sam's right, there will be poles, but they're sort of worth nothing. If you come and talk to me and you need a pole or you need a tower that we've got lying around here, that's, you know, you're probably going to get it for free, so don't be too worried about that. There's some stuff I'm not really that interested in, but I'm just trying to see if I can give you any more frequencies on some of these verticals. That scalar is, see that, like there's a see, oh, it almost looks like it's 70 meg, but it looks too short for that. See, there's a 158 to 162, so you could, you know, turn that into something for 140 megs, of course. But yeah, look, a lot of them will be just above the band. The UHF ones will spread nicely for whatever your purpose is, but some of the VHF ones will need to be maybe changed a little bit just to get. Does that say what I think it says? Oh, joking. This is a 27 meg. You're joking. Let's have a look at that. 27 meg loaded scalar. Man, that's rare. I know what it is, but I just haven't seen one for a very long time. Two piece, yep, it is too. 27 meg scalar. Goodness. Long time since I've seen one of those things. So just bear in mind, two-piece, they go together, etc. All right, I'll finish with that. And our beautiful surrounds. We're right on the other side of the block where we store a bit of rubbish. Obviously, here's the dam, and there's the dog kennels, and all the antennas for the opti beams and various things. And the other opti beam sitting right over there near the dam that's going up. As soon as I can work out this one-man tower fiasco. There are some free tower bits over there, but that one you might need to cut a bit off. I think that's going to go to the scrap, to be honest, but there's a few other free towers, so certainly talk to us if you know me and know, if you need one and you're close by. We'll certainly talk about. Some of you know that you know me well. You know some of this stuff will be free to you, so just talk to me and we'll work it out. Okay, I'm completely out of breath, and all I've done is walked over here. I tell you, do not get a bad heart. It's just shitty. It's just, yeah, anyway. All right, all the best. Thanks, guys. Hope some of this can be of some use to you. Cheers, guys.